Hi everybody and welcome back to Founder Freedom TV with your host, me, Rachel Whynot. So in today's episode, I am going to teach you tips on marketing yourself, okay? When I first started in marketing and in my own business, I had to market myself online, and I had to market myself online very, very quickly. So I'm gonna teach you exactly how to do that today. Hey guys, welcome back. All right, so in today's episode, we're talking all about how to market yourself and specifically online, of course. I am an online marketing expert and I'm going to teach you exactly how to do it for your business and for yourself. Okay, so I have the top 5 tips on marketing yourself. Number 1, and if you watch my other episodes, you're gonna know this one, but if you haven't, pay close attention because this is huge, okay? Personal branding. All right, so if you don't know what personal branding is, I do have another episode on it, but today I'm gonna teach you the basics. So what a personal branding or personal brand is yourself, okay? So your image, your story, how do you connect to your target audience? That's what personal branding is all about. So when you're marketing yourself online and even offline as well, you want to make sure that you have a really clear message on what you do, how you help people, what is your expertise? Like start with that, right? I mean, if you don't have an expertise, I would recommend going back to the drawing board and thinking about, what am I passionate about? What am I good at? What am I passionate about? Those two things should help you find your niche and your expertise. So I am a business and marketing success coach. That is my expertise, of course. So I teach people how to build their online businesses so they can live and work freely, right? So personal branding is huge, guys. And when it comes to personal branding, it's definitely the look of your brand is important, but it's really about the messaging, okay? And I can't stress this enough. It comes down to your story and how you became this expert. Talk about the past, talk about where you came from, and then talk about where you are today and what makes you that expert, right? So that's really important. The story is the biggest part, and the messaging, just have a clear message on what you do and how you help people. If you click the link below and sign up for my free masterclass, I'm gonna give you my magnetic brand messaging formula that's really gonna help you craft that message so it's clear for your audience, okay? So number 2, we have social media, of course. Okay, so when I first started my personal brand and when I started marketing myself online, I went directly to social media first, okay? Social media, of course, as you know, it's free, guys, okay? So use it to your benefit. I would highly recommend Instagram first and YouTube. YouTube's a great platform, but I would recommend Instagram to start. Why? Because it's the #1 engagement platform out there right now. Meaning that you can put your content out there, you can talk about yourself and your story and your personal brand on there and build that know, like, and trust factor really quickly, okay? I started building my personal brand and marketing myself online on social media about a year ago, and it literally blew up. So I would highly recommend Instagram. Quick tip for social media, post, I call it the 80-20 rule, okay? So post 80% on your expertise or your topic, okay, on how you can help people, etc. And then 20% make it personal. Okay, so that's part of personal branding. It's about connection. Like I said before, the story. If you're a mom, post pictures of your kids and you with the kids, like just anything to make it a little bit personal, showing your personal lifestyle is important because then that way people will be attracted to you and connect to you and start trusting you and then eventually hopefully buying from you, right? So personal branding, social media is huge, okay? And these are the exact steps that I did to market myself online, okay? All right, so number 3, we have YouTube. Okay, yes, YouTube, and I mentioned it before. YouTube is an amazing platform to market yourself because you can build that know, like, and trust over video. And video, as you know, or if you don't know, video is like the #1 way to market yourself online and build that know, like, and trust with your audience. Video is by far over anything, okay? So obviously YouTube is a platform built for video, but also, what is cool about it and what I'm starting to do now too, is I have obviously my content, my videos on YouTube, which you guys watch, and I also post little teasers of those videos on my Instagram to, promote my YouTube channel. So you can kind of cross promote from YouTube, from social media, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Like I said, I do recommend Instagram because it's that visual component and it is that engaging platform. But video is huge, guys. Like, I know it takes a little bit to get comfortable with video sometimes. I understand that because I've been there. But once you get over that, like, hump, if I would say, almost, video is just completely going to transform your business and your brand forever. I promise you. All right, so number 4, we have speaking and events. Okay, so before, social media got big and before the online space blew up, I would go to events, networking events, speaking events, really just to promote myself, right? So I would highly recommend, even in the digital age, guys, like, people, you have to promote yourself offline as well, okay? It's important, obviously, digital marketing, online, social media, YouTube, using these platforms is huge. However, offline is big too, okay? And you can actually sometimes you can build a deeper connection, because if you're meeting people one-on-one, you can talk about your story, you can build that connection, if you're both fathers or if you're both mothers. I mean, I use that as an example, but again, you're building that connection with your potential customer or audience, right? Speaking events are huge. If you can start to get even just practice on local speaking events at your churches or your schools, anything like that, to kind of just put yourself out there, that's really, really gonna help market yourself and your brand. All right, I'd highly recommend that. And obviously, if you start on YouTube and start getting used to speaking and getting comfortable with video, then speaking kind of is that next step. And again, it takes time to get comfortable. Like, you have to practice, right? And just be natural about it. But that's a whole other episode, and I'll do another episode on that for you, I promise, okay? All right, so number 5, what do we have last but not least? Dun, dun, dun. This is a big one, guys. And I saved the best for last. So 5 is webinar. Okay, so if you don't know what a webinar basically is an online presentation of some sort, okay? Presenting, yourself, your story, your message, how you can help people. And when we do webinars, I like to always make sure you give value on the webinar. So whether it's a free training or a video series or a masterclass, whatever it is, like, you wanna give value and show your expertise on that webinar. I do have another episode on webinars, so make sure you watch that. But the big thing with a webinar, and back to like everything, guys, when you're promoting yourself, is your story. You have to include that story and make sure that story resonates with your audience and make sure that story almost captures, like, how you became an expert in what you are, right? So, like, as an example, my story is, I started my first business when I was 22 years old, built it up to multi-millions, and then I started coaching entrepreneurs all over the world because obviously I have that back experience, right? I know what to do, what not to do when building a business. I know all of that, so now I can teach it, and that's my expertise. So that is an example, and I just told you that in, like, 2 minutes, right? So just come up with a quick story that relates to your expertise, and that is really gonna help promote yourself online and offline. Webinar is huge. If you don't have one yet, click below. I have so many freebies for you. I'm gonna teach more about webinars as well, and I do have another episode on it, but trust me, the webinars are huge, and webinars are the future, absolutely, okay? So I hope these tips help, guys. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to my channel. I'm putting out episodes daily for you on all topics on business and marketing strategies, online digital strategies that can help grow your business, build your personal brands so you can live and work freely as a freedompreneur. And I'll see you on the next one.